Hello, welcome to the weather update. It's 8 p.m. on November 11th, 2019, and just a gloomy day across our area. We got all these clouds over our area, drizzle. Our storm, fortunately, it doesn't really look too impressive, fortunately. So we're very fortunate with that. I think it's weakened. We got lucky this time. At least I'm not seeing too much on the satellite that looks too impressive. Just a lot of clouds. Let's look at the rain. We do have some rain coming in now. So we had drizzle on and off all day, but now it looks like we have an area of some moderate to steady rain over central New Jersey moving toward our area. However, there are coastal impacts from this coastal storm. So significant beach erosion and localized washovers along the Atlantic Ocean beachfront through this afternoon. And there has been flooding in Lindenhurst. News 12 covered it a little bit. But there is a state of emergency in Southampton. I'm going to see if they put this on their Twitter or not. Otherwise, we're going to have to look for it. Because, let's see. Don't see anything here. Okay, so what we'll have to do is we'll have to just search Dune Road because Dune Road had a wash over today. Let's see if we can find anything about that before we get started. So, okay, this is what happened in North Carolina by all the overwash from this coastal storm, as you see here. But nothing about Dune Road in Westhampton. Let's see. Hampton flooding. You know, they show it on News 12, and I can't get the information on Twitter to show you. I apologize. I really do. I'm not going to be able to show you the flooding on Dune Road because there's no they haven't publicized it. Let's see if we can get the Southampton down. Here we go. Let's see if we can get this story here. Department store shutting down. All right. Well, let's see this. That's off topic. Let's. I apologize for this delay in getting. So it's a fourth state of emergency in Westhampton. You know, I mean, they obviously don't want you to know that our planet is in an emergency, so they bury these stories. So fourth state of emergency declared for Dune Road. The dune is gone. We're right back to where we started, said Southampton Town Supervisor Jay Schneiderman. So here you go. Here's a picture of it, washed out completely by the storm here. And this is the new normal as we deal with the climate crisis. Here's a video. We can actually play this. Let's see if we can get it to play, or maybe not. All right, it doesn't want to play. Okay. So sand is covering the roadway. In October, we had a major flooding on Dune Road as well. So this is the new normal now as we deal with these worsening coastal storms due to the warmer than normal ocean temperatures as well as sea levels going up. So let's look at the current weather across our area as far as the map, and you don't see anything that's too bad with wind barbs. You do see the coastal flood advisories, gale warnings in effect for offshore. However, I don't see anything too bad with the buoys. So I'm thinking the storm may have moved a little further east than we anticipated. So maybe a little further east than normal. So here is the worst one I could find. North wind gusting to 36 off Cape. That seems to be the highest wind speeds we got. Oh, well, no. They get back. I think the storm may be more over in this area now. Because when we look at the satellite, it looks like the core of the storm has actually moved over here now. All right, so it seems like it jumped out over here. So if you look here at the wind speeds here off Maine, you have much higher wind speeds. Mount Desert has a wind gust of 42 miles an hour. And then look at this. So Nova Scotia is getting pounded. Yeah, this is where the worst of the storm is right now. So Nova Scotia is getting pounded. Beaven Island in Canada. Right, we just lost it for a minute. Winds east-northeast 46 sustained, gusting to 56. So that's pretty bad. That is pretty bad. So this area is getting pounded now. I think it's too bad we don't have anything in this area here. we could go look at Ventu Sky, give us a better idea of where these winds are. Yeah, here's the storm. I see it right here. So here's the storm right here. So yeah, just as I thought, it's moving a little faster now. It's racing now off to the northeast. It was moving slow and then it picked up speed. So it's moving away from us now. Moving a little faster than the models predicted, I think. You can see that explains why the worst of the wind is in this area right here. If we look at wind gusts, we'll see what Ventu Sky has as far as wind gusts, or it's what it's estimating. And you can see here, look at these wind gusts, 65, 60, 70, right around Halifax. So they're getting pounded right now in Halifax by these winds. Let me go to Power Outage US, see what we have here as far as okay, there are some power outages in New Jersey up there. New Jersey has some power outages. I don't know where they are. Let's see if we can find any here. Probably JCP&L has the most. Actually, it's PSEG up here. So it looks like there's an outage in the middle section. It's probably just one outage. It's probably not even storm related, because the winds have not been that bad today. If we look at some of the observations, you'll see the winds have not been that bad. Actually, it's raw out there, but the winds haven't been too bad. So north at 7, that's not too bad. 44 degrees. And of course, up north they still got the winter weather advisories for that very light snow that doesn't look like they're going to get right now, but we'll have to see what happens. So let's go look at the models and see what. Actually, let me just go back to the Twitter here for a moment for the Weather Service and go back to this and search for Halifax, because I'm curious of how they're faring in Halifax with that wind, because it looks like they're getting pounded right now. Let's see if we can find something here. Nothing on the storms. Again, hard to get information. They just want to bury these stories. That's what they want to do. They'd rather talk about. You know what they want to talk about. No, I'm not going to even mention it. So let's look at the models. Let's see what we're going to be dealing with for this week. As far as this storm goes, we'll first look at this storm. So here's the storm right here, wrapped up on the GFS. Moving away, you see that little area of rain on the backside, steady rain that we get tonight. Moves away, then we're dry, maybe a slight chance of light rain east of the city on Wednesday. And then Thursday, it looks like we have a high moving in. Hopefully, maybe we can get some clear skies that day. And then another chance of rain with another front that's moving through on Friday night into Saturday. And then another coastal storm forms and takes that offshore track too. So let's go ahead and see what's going to be doing with our temperatures here. So again, let me look at this. So all right, so it's going to get a little warmer. So as we head into tomorrow, we're getting closer to 50. Temperatures drop though on Wednesday because we have that cold front moving through, and then Thursday we're in the mid 40s. And then that warm up on Friday, and then another. This is going to be another cold air mass coming in for the weekend. So you can see overall it's below normal. We stay in that below normal pattern. As far as any really frigid Arctic outbreaks, let's see. It's trying to generate some warmth as we head into next week. I don't see any frigid Arctic outbreaks, but what I do see is consistently below normal. Occasionally, you'll have a couple of days that are above normal. And if you go and you look at the CONUS view, and we take this all the way out here, and we go to anomalies, this kind of shows the story here. You got the ridge in the west, trough in the east, so it pretty much keeps the east cooler. It's only a brief warm-up ahead of a cold front. But there won't be any. We don't have that connection to the. This looks like it could be a warm up around Thanksgiving, perhaps, that we're going to have to watch out for. And then the GFS wants to kind of flip it and have the trough in the west. This is again the GFS, so it changes back and forth. That's the GFS for you. If we look at the Canadian, just out of curiosity, it's completely different. It looks a little different. So again, that's the long range. We'll have to see what happens if this ridge does materialize. I hope it does not in the west, because I meant the ridge in the east, because that's going to screw us and we're going to get into crappy weather again with being warm, and we don't want that, especially after Thanksgiving. When you get into the holidays, you want it to be cold, you know. So let's go back to the clouds. We'll look at the clouds now. See if we can get any clear skies out of this pattern that we're in. So tomorrow it looks like we might see some sun in the afternoon, a little break of sun maybe. It won't be completely clear. Plenty of clouds on Wednesday. Thursday we might get some clear skies, but it might cloud over relatively quickly in the afternoon. We'll have to see how long this break can last. All right. Unfortunately, we're in kind of a more zonal pattern, so we're not really getting that nice clean air that we got. So here's a cold front coming through Saturday. It looks like it gets hung up to the south, which might keep us in the clouds. I'm hoping this moves just a little bit further to the south and east, so we can get a nice sunny day on Saturday. That would be nice. Sunday, however, looks maybe a little better. That Monday, more clouds, and after that, next week looks pretty damn junky, especially with that warm air coming. You can see how junky it is. Just junky right through. So, yeah, I know. I'm not happy with the way the long range is looking. It was looking good a couple of days ago. Now it's not. Let's look at the NAM before I wrap this video up. Look at the NAM, and that's gonna be it. So here is the NAM. So here's Tuesday on the NAM. Plenty of clouds. Gonna be a junky sky. Same for Wednesday, and we only get out to 60 on Thursday. So, unfortunately, no really return of that really beautiful air we had over the weekend. But hopefully we'll have some opportunities. It does still stay consistently below normal. We have to watch around Thanksgiving toward the end of the month into December, where the GFS now wants to change the pattern. But the GFS is often always too quick to do that. So I'm hoping this cold pattern can stay, a while longer. We don't need that freaking Pacific fire hose jet. We don't need a ridge in the east. We don't want to deal with any of that garbage. So it's good. Once you get into December, you want it to be cold. This warm air can just stay away. That's the way I see it anyway. But anyway, that'll conclude this weather update. There probably won't be one tomorrow. Hoping maybe sometime toward the end of this week. Remember, I'm not going to do as many weather updates. I'm cutting that back. So that's what I have to do right now, because it's just let me just go to windy.com. Let's get one more thing. Wait for this windy.com to load in. Yeah, I want to see what the Euro has as far as temperatures go in the long range. I know we only get out to, I think, 27th. So I want to see. Yeah, see, it develops this. You can see you got a trough in the west now. This is my concern. You're going to have a trough in the west, and look at all this. This is next Wednesday. Next Wednesday, not this Wednesday. And you can see we're stuck in this warm air. Let's see what we have here. 60 degrees. Great. Just great. And the dew point will be 55, so it'll get humid again. Awesome. That's what it is with climate change, folks. That's why I said enjoy that beautiful weather, because the weather, you can have it just goes back and forth. You got to be in that small area where it's below normal. All right, you can see that all right, so the Euro has a whole ridge here, and you can see that we're gonna have this huge freaking ridge in the east here, and then this beautiful trough out west. And I'm sure if you were in Flagstaff at this time, which is somewhere over here, dew point is -4. What is the temperature? 39. So yeah, you'd be nice. You'd be having some nice weather while we deal with this tropical crap once again for next week. And hopefully it doesn't happen. Hopefully, but the models seem to indicate that this cold is going to back off as we head in toward next week around the Thanksgiving weekend. Just in time for the Thanksgiving holiday. Break out your air conditioner. Have a good night.